clean, but it's like stoppy, but yeah.
Yeah, they had this comp with so many globals, and you were talking about, yeah, they really like the combo of the Pantheon and Shen, and they were able to use that really effectively in their skirmishing. I know you're also pretty close friends with KryRa. Do you feel like, yeah, you know, he has a really good matchup here into Dignitas, into Dardoch?
Yeah, I think obviously I'm close friends with KryRa. I think when he gets to play his game and he is able to do that, he does pretty well. Like he's pretty consistent, or in that aspect, if they get a lead. And I think against Dignitas in general, it's pretty easy for them to do that. So here they're first picking Jarvan, pretty standard, Nocturne Vi ban, and Xin Zhao. They're still the pop B, but we'll see what he does here.
So they've also been leaving up Orianna a lot, and when you have Jarvan on your side, is this like a good angle for DSG Orianna, or what do you feel like?
DSG could go Orianna. Maybe I know a lot of people have been liking like Syndra to Orianna and stuff, but they do have the Jarvan first pick. First one by Lucian Milio, pretty just kind of standard. And they pick up the Viktor Nautilus.
So you like extra engage for bottom side here when you're looking at the Lucian Milio, usually with Nautilus. What do you want to complement this with? Because Lucian Milio opening up really big. You know, FBI has been a pretty good Lucian player.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure what bot lane pairings they'll go here. I mean, because Dig will also have 2 bans, so I'm surprised they didn't just finish their bot lane. Maybe they think they have like a lot of pairings. Xin is out, which is like pretty common with Nautilus. And then against the Lucian Milio, I'm not too sure what they'll look to pick here for a carry. And then Dignitas picks their Orianna here.
Yeah, Orianna into Jarvan and a showing Nautilus could be dangerous for her. We'll see, I guess, if they able to put any pressure, but should be farming versus Viktor.
Yeah, well, so we'll see what Jungler's DSG ban here.
Bot. That's kind of interesting, right? Because they're banning his ear, so they think that the Viktor could be bot potentially. And then
yeah, that's true. Actually,
for AP.
A lot of people do like, I guess, Viktor into Lucian because you kind of just outrange him, and then you're able to just short trades. So DSG banned Fury here. You could also look to ban Wukong. So it's pretty standard with Orianna that you want to look for like Fury Wukong. It's also good into Jarvan. So I would suspect DSG to ban Wukong here as well. And then Dardoch has to play something like Poppy maybe. Doesn't seem too bad. Could also play something like Xin. It's fine too with Lucian, Milio, Ori.
Yeah, the Xin does make a lot of sense. Gives you a lot of ability to skirmish over some early objectives too. Ooh, they also banned the Vayne. Opening up for topside for some more picks for Srtty, so he doesn't have to worry about the Vayne counter pick, maybe Gnar or something like that.
Yeah, Gnar and Bessa is pretty standard.
Yeah.
Okay, they take the Xin here, not the Wukong, which I think is also fine. Then Srtty's going to have to blind here.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing so many games these days because it's good matchups into a lot of the meta champs. You know, Gnar and Bessa, even the tanks, Renekton. Like, there's so many different options. So Senna is a bit of a throwback. It's interesting because we don't see that much of it these days, but FBI was a really big Senna player. Used to play a ton of Senna Nautilus, so they're obviously going to be pretty familiar with the champ. But I think it is just going to be Viktor bot is kind of my guess. And Gnar protected there by the Vayne ban. So we are just waiting for Denathor, his pick. And what are you thinking about here for the 5th pick for DSG?
They could go... Usually people like to just trade Gnar and Bessa, usually when they like blue side bans Vayne. So I'm suspecting Gnar. Or not Gnar and Bessa rather. I think that's pretty standard.
So it is going to be Viktor bot, will be Ahri.
Oh, they actually take
and
Camille.
It's going to be Camille. So a bit more of an aggressive look here from Denathor. We don't really see Camille top hardly at all these days. It was obviously played a ton support in the roaming meta, but it is going to be Camille top, one of the kind of throwback counter picks or answers into the Gnar. Obviously, you can look for those all-ins when he goes mini, you know, hit him with Hextech Ultimatum. And it's a pretty decent combo with the Orianna, you know, Hextech Ultimatum into Shockwave. Which side of the draft do you kind of prefer?
I think DSG have a lot more like creativity. They have Jarvan or Ahri, and then bot lane matchup they have to influence. So I think DSG have to be able to influence bot lane matchup, either both blow sums or something. I'm a bit more a fan of DSG's draft just because it seems like they have a lot more playmaking. And then Dignitas' draft is pretty kind of just standard. They want to get to like set up and fight and then hold first setup. And then Xin Ori just playing to hold his base.
And this Camille pick is also a bit of a Denathor specialty. 25 picks on it in his career, 64% win rate. So him into the Gnar, you know, into a matchup they can try and look for some kills up there as well, and then could turn into you know, some side lane pressure for them. That would be nice. Because I'm definitely worried about the pressure that they want to put on Palafox. Game number 1, they were fighting around mid lane all the time, spending so many ganks at Palafox, and now he's playing Orianna, which is low mobility, into Ahri and Jarvan.
And Nautilus.
So they definitely can make a lot more passes to try and put pressure on him.
Yeah, so I think going into this game, probably both junglers are looking what they can do to influence mid-bot. I think, obviously, DSG, they can do a lot of creative stuff. Jarvan usually being more influential early game than Xin can do, and Xin is just looking to match. So Jarvan here is looking to start Wolves, I guess, and then Xin's just full clearing down. Maybe Jarvan's going to look to do something interesting. He could look to 3-camp bot with starting Wolves. He could also just do a regular clear. I'm interested to see what he'll look to do here.
If you were playing on the Dignitas side, so you're slotting in for Dardoch here, how much are you taking into consideration the fact that, there is this Camille, in the top lane, and in these melee versus range, like counter picks, I'm putting in quotes, but like Yasuo and all these champions, generally you have to play so aggressive as the melee champion to be able to actually capitalize on it. So do you feel like that draws you more to the top lane to try to cover Denathor and allow him to play aggressive?
I think typically, since this game they have like Lucian Milio kind of needs to be able to play their lane, I think. So even though top is more of a volatile matchup, it's usually like post 6 where Xin Zhao can really like influence that matchup, I'd say, when Camille unlocks the ulti. And then before then, I think he should just look to cover this bot lane matchup and making sure they're able to have push and vision. Because once there's bot lane matchup, like Nautilus is able to get a reset or something, and he can influence mid lane or something like this, it's not favorable for DSG's bot lane. They kind of, or Dignitas' bot lane. They kind of want to just hump tower and stuff like this.
And last time we had KryRa do a very similar thing where he started Wolves and 3-camp ganked, and he's going to 3-camp gank again. It looks like he's going over the back of the Dragon Pit right now, staying out of vision in Fog of War. So if they wait for the next hook timer from Lyonz.
Wow, they're going to go. The heel's going to get popped, and now they get the bad news. There is the root. Flash away from FBI. Flash after the Flagon Dragon to knock up FBI, but he doesn't get the damage. They're not going to be able to knock him down. When you lose the EQ damage for Jarvan early, you need to have a lot of follow-up for that to actually work out.
Yeah, so I actually like this play. Like I said, I think this Jarvan wants to be creative early game, try to influence bot lane in, on some sort of capacity. I don't know what went wrong there. It seems like it looked like a decent play where they can at least burn his flash, but I don't know. They just failed the CC layering. Maybe not. I'd have to see the replay on this because it felt like it should have been.
Oh, charm flash from Callme. The W picks up the first blood onto Palafox.
Oh, and he got Palafox's flash because he had the Foxfire active already. That was going to tag him, and Palafox tried to flash after the W damage from the Ahri is going through. What a play from Callme there with the solo bolo.
Really nice charm flash. We just saw the player card. Maybe we can bring it back up. We had the Gryffin player card. I think it said first at Diamond when you're 11 and you still don't have your driver's license.
Yeah, so that story, the driver's license, I didn't have the time. I was in Korea and stuff, but interesting, Dardoch here doesn't go for bot crab. You should know that Jarvan's topside and went for top crab, so I don't know why Dardoch didn't go for bot crab here. And then, yeah, that's bad, very bad news for Dignitas. Obviously, Orianna also burned the flash, so I'm assuming when Jarvan hits 6, it's going to be very scary for this Orianna when Ahri hits 6. But yeah, weird pathing by Dardoch here. I don't know why he just doesn't play for bot crab, but now he's looking for an invade.
Yeah, I guess he just wants to fight KryRa. I mean, he has the red buff, does push him off, obviously aware that KryRa is around, sees that resetting red buff. KryRa just going to look to take Krugs here and try to play it a bit safe.
Try and smite fight him, maybe. He's got vision.
Yes, Q smite. Oh, this is disastrous.
That was a late smite for Dardoch, too. He never even used it.
That was like 500,
yeah. Yeah, I thought he was going to get that for sure. Callme now scrapping with Palafox is up a level, but Palafox does win the trade, and Dardoch spends all that time to not be able to get anything.
Yeah, this is quite horrendous. KryRa sacked a lot of tempo to look for this 3-camp bar early. That didn't even work, but now he's able to get double crab as well. So already there's a little bit of a mistake in the jungle department. Yeah, KryRa should be able to get punished when he uses tempo like this.
Yeah, they had vision the entire way, seeing him come in, and having that ward on red, KryRa able to yoink it back to his own side. Here's another look, though, at Callme's big solo. So as he's pulling back this Q, he's already looking for it. Minion dies.
Level up.
Boom. Charm flash, and then W's on.
Nice!
Hell yeah, Jihoon.
You need to carry me, bro. I trolled this game.
Yeah, so KryRa probably say he trolled because when he ganked bot, he missed the EQ, but even though he trolled, he got 2 crabs, so honestly, KryRa is pretty advantageous right now.
Yeah, that was KryRa said that before he was able to secure his own red, and they saw Dardoch come waste a bunch of time, so he probably feels a lot better now.
Yeah, he's probably feeling in a good spot. He actually spotted the Xin too, I think, on Raptor, so they know Xin is on Krugs here, and then KryRa's tempo. He had like free tempo to check Raptors because now he's just going to clear. And then I wonder if they'll be able to punish this Lucian without having flash or this Orianna without having flash. If I'm this Jarvan, I'm just going to try to get level 6 and definitely punish these flash timers. So Xin basing here, and then I wonder what this guy's going to do off base because he kind of doesn't have anything to do on the map. He's kind of homeless.
Yeah, no camps. I mean, they kind of know that the Raptors are respawning, but it's so dangerous now with both mid laners being, level 6. Kind of like you're talking about. You've got to play off like control wards or something. Currently, he's pathing just a lane up top lane.
So we got your keys to success, Gryffin. So this is the key to success for Dignitas. Play through bot lane, clean up the mid game. Remember that your opponents are also 0-4. So how are they doing so far? We give them any checks?
Well, that last point, holy, we lost it. That's kind of embarrassing. But yeah, I mean, I think Dignitas' probably best like lane matchup is like their bot lane is, in my opinion, better than DSG's, so they can play through that. And then they obviously have like a pretty strong bot lane in this game where they just want to play through themselves. But already KryRa got the first gank on bot lane, but Dignitas was able to avoid it decently. But I feel like that should have been a good play. And then we'll see how it goes into mid game and stuff.
Now these are keys to success for DSG. So enable Callme. Well, he enabled himself. Clean up the objective setups, and someone has to win this. So how are they doing?
Right now, I mean, Callme, they're not really enabling him. He just got his own solo kills, so now he's going to be able to just keep winning lane. And then, yeah, clean up objective setups. I think they're mid-game, as long as they keep going into mid-late game and they have first setup, it's very hard for Dignitas team to play. So here they're punishing the Orianna without flash.
Yeah, Charm is going to land there after the Cataclysm, and Palafox has nowhere to go. DSG with a pretty easy kill. They do spend the flash from KryRa, but they get him.
Yeah, just straight down mid lane, force the play, easy follow-up. I kind of like how Callme was going up to the side to clear the ward too while the jungler is coming down, just to make you feel a little bit extra safe, and KryRa knows he can close the distance with his flash. Yeah,
there's not much counterplay to that. I mean, EQ flash R is just too much range, and then I think obviously it's just a mistake from Palafox getting solo killed and burning his flash on that timer. And now Xin Zhao is also pretty homeless now too. He also lost his Raptors, so he lost his Raptors, double crab. So right now, and he's losing this second crab, so honestly Xin Zhao is really homeless this game too. So it's looking really good so far for DSG.
Yeah, KryRa was able to accomplish the goal that you set for him, punish that Orianna mid lane who had no flash. What's next? Because it gets a lot easier for KryRa now, and Dragon is available. Are you clearing all your camps before you push down there, or trying to set up something a little earlier?
Yeah, so right now, DSG expended both their ultis, even though they're still ahead. So it will open up Dignitas to even play for grubs, which is spawning soon, or play for control on the bot side. But it looks like they're just looking for another mid gank here.
Charm is going to connect, and that is going to spell disaster for Palafox. Has to flash again right before a potential fight at Grubs or Dragon.
Yeah, so this is actually pretty horrendous because Dignitas had double ulti advantage on jungle mid, so probably they could play for Grubs. But now Palafox getting chunked out makes it so there's no play on the map, and Xin Zhao can't really do anything and is even more homeless. So honestly, it seems kind of, if I'm Xin Zhao, I'm so unhappy this game. It is what it is.
Dardoch, though.
Maybe he can steal one grub.
Going to look for one. I think he will be able to push him out. DSG positioning like they want to get out of there. Teleport's going to be coming in here from Palafox. So Dig does get 2 grubs, and it is just a 1 for 2.
Yeah, but then they are also losing this mid wave, and they burn TP top. So if I'm DSG, I'm still really happy with this result because it should have been like honestly 3 for 0 grubs. But with Palafox getting chunked and having the TP top, he also loses 1 mid wave, and they still were able to get 1 grub. Which honestly, as long as you get 1 grub and the enemy team doesn't get 3 grubs, it's pretty perfectly fine, to be honest. They don't get the void mites and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a super hater.
No flash on Ori.
Ahri does have ult back, so Ahri could look. Lyonz was hanging around there as well. The 3-man play does not amount to much.
I'm a big grub hater. I don't know about you, Gryffin, but I feel like those things are worth so much less now than they have been in like previous seasons and stuff. And so, like you're saying, if the cost as a whole is a mid wave for my Orianna for teleporting that high top, as we have a little trade. That to me already even seems like not a good trade with the minion wave down.
Yeah, I think grubs is the most valuable when you are able to get 3, but when you're only able to get 1 or 2, it definitely doesn't feel as valuable. And now Orianna no flash, so honestly, this guy's game is going to be really hard when Jarvan has flash backup, and I don't know how he'll be able to play. He just always has to catch mid low because he has to always be under threat of Jarvan gank, and then Ahri's going to be able to just roam the map and do whatever, to be honest. So
Jarvan is top now, and Camille could be in a little bit of trouble in isolation. This matchup not working out so far for Denathor. Of course, he has played it a lot, 16-9 all time, but is down 16 CS, and KryRa might even interrupt the recall, but doesn't quite have vision until just now, and now Denathor could definitely be in trouble. Callme is moving up as well. They're going to look to potentially set up a dive here, but Denathor just will evacuate.
Yeah, so they're actually going to bleed a little bit on top here, but then Xin Zhao starting up the Dragon. Not the worst for both teams, but KryRa's able to get this top grab here.
Yeah, Dardoch on the Dragon.
And Dardoch is getting pushed out with Jarvan crossing now.
Yeah, this is getting a little bit awkward. They don't feel like they can actually finish this, and Palafox still, as you said, kind of has to hug the tower because he has no flash. There's not really much of an answer from him if KryRa does look, and it looks like KryRa wants to go one more time. Nice sidestep there. Callme going forward, hits by the shockwave, and he is going to get the shutdown, and now KryRa, we'll see if he has the damage to command protect. Might keep him alive. KryRa's going to fall as well. It's Palafox with the outplay, hits him with the shockwave, gets a 1v2 double kill.
Yeah, I think it's a bit overforced. KryRa, like last 2 minutes, had his entire bot side up, even crab up. Once they push Xin Zhao off the Dragon, I think they're just overforcing on this Orianna. Kind of tunnel visioning. This guy has no flash, but Jarvan can just clear his camps. Orianna will always be pressured under the tower because he can't really catch the wave. Ahri's going to be able to roam the map. And I feel like they just overforce. Jarvan can just be full clearing, getting all his camps, but now quite the disaster.
Yeah, I mean,
might actually have Denathor here. In comes the ultimatum. Nard against the wall, hops forward, but the passive is back up for Denathor. Looks like that's maybe it.
Kind of want to see if they go for the re-engage. I guess he's not going to do it quite yet. But I completely agree. I mean, they had just wasted so much of Dignitas' time. When Xin was trying to kill this mountain, then they push him off. As soon as that charm misses, I think it's over. But Callme goes back in, he dies the tower, and then KryRa's going to full commit here too. Even with him getting the kill on Palafox, it is worth for Palafox to get the double.
Yeah, I think, I think as a jungler, sometimes too, you have to know when the lane is already in a really good position and not overforce these situations.
Callme loses his flash to the culling there from FBI, but DSG do secure the first dragon of the game. It's a mountain dragon 12 minutes in, so a bit of a late one. Do you expect them to fight over the Herald in a few minutes here?
We'll have to see because Callme did burn his flash, and then both teams don't have 3 grubs, so it's not like a big trading pattern. Right now, Jarvan crosses Raptors to secure his camps, but I mean, at this point in the game, Dignitas slowly are recovering, and I would say Dignitas, I mean, honestly, both comps can play late game pretty well. It depends on like this Lucian, because Lucian will be able to first push, and they're going into the top side here, getting some top side vision. But yeah, I think as a jungler, you have to realize some junglers like really want to hurt the enemy laner, but when they're already in a bad position, you can just let it play out, and then, yeah, this is quite bad.
Yeah, big overforce. They are still up 1,000 gold, but it does give a double kill to Palafox and pulls him almost back to parity with Callme.
And after that play as well, it was during the replay, but Dardoch had gone back to try and start the mountain again. So it was 2 times he had got pushed off, invested a lot of time in trying to start this mountain dragon. It takes a long time to kill and then got pushed off. And so DSG, yeah, they still get that dragon for themselves as well as keeping their lead. Yeah,
and actually KryRa, I don't think has farmed his bot side camps in like 3-4 minutes. I think really they're overforcing too much if they just played a slow game. He could have had a really big CS lead, obviously, taking his double crab and then also taking his Raptor respawn. But now Dardoch is actually the one that has a CS advantage, so that's not good.
Do you feel like KryRa maybe thinks that they're going to get outscaled, so he has to force, or what do you think his kind of thought process is in skipping so many camps?
It could be thinking they get outscaled, but I wouldn't say they get outscaled. It really depends on how the fights play out, because whoever gets like first setup on the objective, and then obviously DSG really want to be able to kill this Lucian or this Orianna with their flankers, and then it's up to Dignitas to be able to protect the flanks and be able to play the fight like a regular 5v5. So I don't know why he's feeling so pressured, but it hasn't been good. Now he's down to camp when he should be up like a lot.
Something we thought would be fun to do with you is when you think there's going to be an objective fight, maybe we can turn off vision and kind of watch from one side to try to talk about the setups and talk about how pro teams are looking to set up vision and get control over an objective. So when you think there's going to be a dragon fight, maybe a minute ahead, we'll go over for that. As Denathor has a TP coming in here from Palafox, DSG looking to fight. KryRa in the backline onto IgNar, flashes out, but FBI is there. KryRa's in a lot of trouble just tanking the culling from FBI. Flag and drag comes back up, but he gets shot down out of the air. FBI with the kill, and that is a loss of flash, of Cataclysm, and your life, plus that of Lyonz.
Yeah, so I think what ended up happening here is that, like, with how the comps played out, is that Nautilus is going to be able to roam around the map, and then have timers, but Lucian Milio will always have the first push on mid and then be able to hover down the lane. So I think they just didn't respect their tempo from mid and then also the TP timer.
Dardoch looking for a dive here, goes in, gets the knockup. FBI trying to help him out. There's a double stun. Breath of Life going to have to come through. There's a flash out from FBI as Dardoch does get hit. Depth charge now coming up, going to land onto FBI. And Callme on the flank. Dignitas have gone too far. FBI is going to fall. Dardoch is going to die as well. And that felt like a massive overforce there from DIG.
Yeah, I think both teams are just not tracking numbers that well. Obviously, they had that good play on bot, and then they don't track the death tempo. And then they just came off base, killed them on mid, and especially this season with the new home guards, like people get back to lane so fast, so you have to really be conscious of how much time you have to make these type of plays.
And it's causing a bit of a swinging game here. Now it's really back in DSG's favor. They still are able to get this Herald, and Denathor is harassing Lyonz. He might be able to kill Lyonz.
Yeah, might be able to take him down. Does do so. Callme going to jump in the Herald here, try to get out of dodge.
Where are we going? Where are we
nice
going?
little 360 Tokyo drift spin move, gets out of the pit. And we'll be able to take that to safety, but that means most of the value of the Herald is lost. Yeah, you use it to escape, but you gave up a kill. You took the Herald and doesn't get a charge, but it does buy time for Srtty on the bot side.
Yeah, so honestly, for both teams, not the worst. KryRa drops the Herald to save Callme, but we're actually able to get bot tower, Gnar. So now Gnar's going to be able to base and have an Overlord timer into top here because they'll have a lot of tempo from bot. So I wonder what they will do with this. They'll be able to push out this Camille and probably get pushed on top here and get some topside vision. Lyonz sweeping in. And then now they just have to be careful of like whatever Lucian Milio can get first move on this mid wave here. But they're getting the vision now. And it looks like Jarvan's just basing and then going to cover this Gnar bot, look like.
Yeah, it looks like we're just going to get up to top side clear now here for Dardoch as well. Onto the Xin. Finish off the rest of his camps, even though they're going to lose out the tower here. They already got the first tower gold bonus. And not going to be move the needle that much.
Yeah. Now Ahri has top pushed out and Dragon spawning in 5 seconds. Camille's catching top with TP. I wonder if both teams are going to try to fight this Dragon. KryRa is here first. They're going to try to hold this first setup.
If they do, which side are you favoring right now?
I think right now DSG have a pretty good position. They have top pushed out fully, bot pushed out fully. They're starting their Dragon and holding line bush. So then Dignitas are going to have to face check after they clear out this mid wave.
So we are watching from DSG's vision. So talk to me about how you want to see them set up this fight. What should they be looking for here to stop DIG from getting in?
It looks like DIG is just looking to give this Dragon and trade topside here. So then Gnar is going to push out bot, and then they have to retake after Jarvan. Jarvan will probably look to cross here.
Callme going to look there. Charm lands onto IgNar. Dardoch going in onto Callme. Callme chunks somewhat low. FBI gets some damage back on Alliance as Shockwave lands onto Sajed. He flashes over the wall, but in comes Srtty. Has to just evacuate as soon as he arrives. DSG almost get a couple kills, but do limp out, and they claim the Dragon for themselves.
Yeah, so actually, that play there is Gnar still pushing bot, and Camille was on top, so I think DSG felt confident in the 3v3, but they didn't see Orianna on bot, actually, so it was a 4v3 for a while. If they were actually able to live and Gnar kept pushing bot, that would have been really big for DSG, but they committed the TP, which is kind of sad for the Gnar, because if Gnar kept pushing, he probably would have been able to get a few plates there, but TPs to try to save the teammates, and they ended up all living, so not the worst.
So out of 10, how do you rate DSG handling of that last Dragon and cross-map situation?
I think what they did was fine, but Ahri shouldn't have played aggressive. But now they're looking for a pick on Camille.
They're going to get it. Looks pretty easy. Good TP in. KryRa was behind him, and DSG trying to take over vision. So we are still watching from DSG POV. What would you want to see them do to kind of take over the map to try to extend their lead?
Well, here they want to eventually be able to crack this mid tower. So they were able to kill Camille on side. So now top has to be open, and Orianna has to defend top. And then maybe Gnar is able to shift mid here, and they're able to hit this mid tower. But speaking on that Dragon situation, I think DSG did it pretty well, but they shouldn't have looked for the fight. They should have played defensively, especially when they didn't see Orianna on bot.
Oh, FBI gets lollipopped, and the Charm is there to follow it up. The Nautilus hook extends. They get the kill, and now Dardoch's in trouble, flashing out of the Cataclysm, but Callme coming in, looking for more. Dardoch charges over the wall. Charm flash from Callme does connect onto IgNar. Flag and drag will not land, but IgNar might just get ran down. Dardoch trying to peel for him. Denathor comes in. EQ flash in. He's looking for KryRa. The Cataclysm is not available, but he is put into the ultimatum and he is knocked down. Now the teleport comes in from Palafox. He's looking for more here. Shockwave is going to connect onto both, and Callme will fall as well. DIG get a couple big kills back.
Yeah, so all in all, DSG definitely overplay there. They already got the Lucian picked on mid, and they thought they could still kill the Xin Zhao, but it's overall not the worst, to be honest. DSG is still in a commanding position, and they're able to break mid tower. And then ideally, Lucian and Milio is able to always catch the wave high and able to get first prio in that way. But now with mid tower gone, they have to be really scared of potentially getting caught on mid. Obviously, DSG overplayed and can give Dignitas some kills back, but should still be in a pretty favorable spot for DSG.
Yeah, DSG, they have 2-item power spikes on both their mages, basically with the Ahri and the Viktor. So definitely looks like they still have pretty good setup. Here goes Lucian, though, getting his Navori. Once they do get their 2 items for all the characters here on... okay, we'll take a look at the replay first. Walk us through it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the situation was already so good. They killed mid, pushed in top. They're going to have full map control, and then Callme over-aggressive a bit, and then KryRa tries to help him. It's actually, I heard from, like, you know, Callme is, like, really good in lane, but, like, sometimes in the mid game, he does play a bit over-aggressive here when they're already in a really good situation, and ends up getting punished here.
He has hit some really good charm flashes, you know, like the solo kill in lane and stuff.
He was feeling himself, yes. I respect it.
So every successful play kind of gives him credit for, you know, going for another one, I guess.
You hit the charm flash, so after that, you just blame the team. You know?
Yeah,
I did my job. What are you guys talking about?
So actually, Dragon in minute half here, and then they already have top pushed in. So Ahri will probably hover down after they push this top wave. They know Orianna has no TP, and Camille's on bot, so I don't know how they're going to... I think both teams want to play for this Dragon. It is third Dragon.
Srtty, it does have lethal tempo
flash on this
fully
guy.
Stacked, and Denathor looking like he is just dead. Very easy solo kill there. Dignitas trying to come back in. FBI and Dardoch here is supporting the play, but Sajed is coming down. Palafox is there. Srtty's winning the 1v1. They need to help FBI. FBI almost dies there, does get picked back up by his team, but the rest of Dignitas have got to run because DSG is arriving. Shockwave on a Sajed. He was split and he is shut down by the culling there from FBI. Dardoch now pushing forward. Crescent guard pop. Srtty and KryRa low. Flag and drag out. Callme now coming in on the side, looking with the ulti. The charm is not going to connect, but it doesn't matter because IgNar is down. Dardoch is down. Srtty is about to mega out, and DSG wiped Dignitas off the map.
Yeah, so quite a banger of a game. Actually, I wonder what happened here. Lucian is trying to go on the Gnar, and then Milio was in Narnia. I don't know what happened here. And then essentially Callme gets the flank and is able to clean up everyone.
Yeah, I mean, look at, this is even after. I wanted to start at the beginning because Srtty, he just got his Sterix as well. So Srtty was able to get his kill, and then he makes so much space. But that Orianna Shockwave just deleting Viktor, then they decided to go forward.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty hard to go forward into this team. They need to still be aware of Ahri flank, and I think this is actually something we're trying to get better at too, is knowing what zone you want to play in, because it's pretty hard to fight going forward with certain team comps, and yeah.
Yeah, why did they just leave that Lucian alone to get completely mogged by me? What the fuck happened?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to rewatch and see what happened here. Oh
my god, that is
wow.
Damage.
Well, 10% HP from just one combo.
Yeah, and that was through the Orianna shield as well, so that is pretty scary stuff. DSG claiming vision over here are going to move to Soul Point as well.
Yeah, they get the Dragon, and then honestly, now, I don't know, Dignitas has to find like some miracle to get back into this game. Because by 5 minutes, DSG are probably going to be 3 items, and they're still going to be on 2.
Yeah, I mean, Denathor now down 2K in that 1v1. Srtty has just been really comfortable, it feels like, all game long in that 1v1. Really not receiving any pressure, you know, throughout the earlier mid-game, you know, from Dardoch or from anyone. And Srtty kind of just slowly built up a lead for himself and is now about 60 CS ahead in that top lane, has a couple kills, has gotten tons of plate gold.
And we've all been there. When enemy top laner is getting ahead like this, you also get a bunch of extra levels. And being level 16, he had a very easy time with the Lucian. Like, Srtty is a monster right now.
They're fishing on this Gnar, no flash. Maybe could be a good... Oh, he does. Oh,
Denathor flashes forward, does get the Hextech ultimatum. Srtty about to go mini. Shockwave used as well. Srtty pops the Sterix, the culling coming through. Everyone arriving here. The shutdown goes over to Denathor, but at the same time, yeah, DSG just going to take the Baron. There's no way to contest.
Actually, Dardoch is trying to make his way up there, and they do have double TP, so maybe they're going to play for the fight here. But maybe the Baron's already gone. It's 3K, and they're too late. DSG are just going to be able to leave.
Yep, DSG will just walk this one out. Denathor arrives. Will he look with the hookshot? Spots Callme. Does he go over the wall because he has no vision? Pretty scary to do. So Dardoch just looking for an invade. They'll take a camp or two away, but at the end of the day, that is a pretty big loss.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I like what Dignitas is trying to do. They're trying to punish the Gnar with no flash, and they had an overload timer because they had pushed out top. But the problem is, and honestly, I see their philosophy too, because DSG doesn't really do Baron that quickly, so maybe they could kill Gnar really quickly and double TP for the Baron, but they were just a bit too slow, and now DSG feels like they have a grasp in this game.
Yeah, with the Baron buff here, should be able to get back out to push top and mid, but Death Brush being set up here from Dignitas. You feel like they have a good chance of this one working out? What are the percentages we're looking at here, Gryffin? Oh.
I mean, you just have to be desperate at this stage of the game and try to go for these type of like plays. So I kind of respect it. It's definitely hard.
Yeah, good patience there from DSG and Lyonz. They kind of wait for the rest of the members to reset.
Yeah. Just let Viktor check pushes with E and then flag or put a flag, and it's going to be really easy for DSG to retake here and get topside control.
Yeah, and when you're in this position with Baron buff, 4-1 split push for you, actually they're sending the Viktor up to topside too, just to make it even more safe. But they have a lot of vision checking tools here for the jungle too, so I think it looks pretty safe.
Yeah, I like how DSG are doing this. They just send their 3 top, jungle mid, and then, or jungle in between, and Orianna mid, which is going to be able to catch these waves really easily with his ulti.
Yep, Ahri has a lot of safety, has flash, has Zhonya's, has ult. It's almost impossible to chase down as DSG do push in this wave, do take one of those outer tier 2s, and in 2 minutes, it is Soul on the table here for DSG. So in about 30 seconds, we'll swap over to the Dignitas side, and I want you to talk us through how you want to see Dignitas try to challenge this, because we expect them to show up to try to contest the Soul, and obviously it's going to be a very difficult job.
Yeah, so DSG are going to have Baron for another 1 minute, so ideally here, they're just going to be able to keep bot side control until Soul. Dig probably has to go through bot lane or something, but we'll have to see when Soul is closer and how DSG set this up. But ideally now, their Nautilus is coming fresh off base, and they can keep like very deep vision in the jungle here, and just hold this setup until Soul spawns, and then Dig has to face check, and Viktor's just going to throw out E's, Ahri's going to throw out EQ, and then they're going to get very chunked.
Okay, yeah, Denathor does have his teleport available.
Lyonz is going a bit early, but it's fine.
So this is from Dignitas' POV. We're going to watch from their vision until this next dragon here. So 1:20 until the Soul spawns. We can see they see very, very little. So how should they go about trying to even approach this dragon, or do you think they should?
I mean, it is Soul, so you kind of feel obligated to fight. But DSG are doing this well. They're pushing deep vision. I think Dignitas probably have to look to go through bot. It's probably just going to be the easiest, but we'll have to see. Maybe they will try to play for the mid push as well. Right now, they're trying to get some mid vision. I'm surprised DSG are not here, just like chunking them when they're face checking like this. And they're actually able to get the crab, so I'm so confused what DSG is doing, to be honest.
Must have been on a reset, but DSG do show up now, and it is going to be the scuttle claimed there by Dignitas, so they have a little pocket of vision around that Soul, and Srtty is about to go mini, so maybe an angle here for Dignitas.
Yeah, it looks like DSG actually took the resets on that timer, so then Dignitas was able to get some control. But slowly DSG is going to be able to push them out. And then Dignitas are trying to re-enter here.
Yeah, you can see Denathor playing down through that bot lane, but very scary for him to walk up. Spots Srtty down in that bot lane tri-brush, and DSG going to get jumped on. Callme loses the Ahri ult very early on here. If they can wait that out, could be big. But if you go too early, he could just re-engage here.
Kind of trolling.
Callme goes over the wall. The charm's going to land there on a Dardoch. Breath of Life used by IgNar, but in goes KryRa with the Cataclysm. The Shockwave flashed away from by Sajed. Denathor's in trouble, trying to take down Srtty, but Srtty's going to mega out, and Dignitas are crushing the fight here. They lose no one. They get multiple kills here. 3 members down. Make it a 4 as Srtty is taunting Palafox before knocking him down. And DSG look like they just took the series.
I love that engage from KryRa. He goes Cataclysm, then he flashes out to set up for the big AoE Viktor damage.
Yeah. I honestly, Dignitas, it was a nice try. Honestly, DSG kind of butchered it a little bit, but at this point of the game, they just have too much control of the game. And even though the fight, they didn't play that well, honestly, but KryRa gets the flash 4-man R or something, and then Viktor R just melts the rest of the team. So, well played at DSG, and yeah, pretty easy win.
Yeah, another kill there for DSG is at the end of the day will be a 2-0 series victory. DSG on the board, get their first series win, take down Dignitas, and keep their playoff hopes alive.
They 2-0 Dignitas in spring, and they're going to do it here in summer as well. We're going to send it on over to the analyst desk. Spam chat now with who is your player of the game.
I'm going Dirty Srtty. You're going Dirty Srtty? That's my player of the game.
Dirty Srtty, eh?
Remember, God, I hate the fact that you said that first. I actually hate. I've been calling him Dirty Srtty.
Camera,
Check the tape.
We have been having a fight with Kangas. who swears he said Dirty Srtty on
I've called him
cast.
Dirty Srtty for months.
He has not.
Raz said it one time. I was like, wait, that's got a ring to it. I'm going to call him that. I was like, Raz, I've been calling him that.
And so you took the toss just so you can start by
Just so I can officially...
Just so you can manipulate the people.
Disgusting.
I'm pretty sure if we check the tape, you'll have heard it from me at some point. Yeah. But there's a lot of other people that could get player of the game. Spam chat right now for who you think deserves it. We're going to be chatting here with KryRa in just a moment.
Woo!
Everyone's favorite